Hello, that's Stefan from Extreme Group here at IBC 2024 at our booth, the Extreme Group booth in hall number 7. With me is Neil from Fortra, that you know from earlier interviews. Neil.
Hello, Stefan.
It's great to have you here again.
Thanks, Stefan. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. Could you introduce us a little bit into the new stuff that you brought with us, like new use cases, new features that are in FileCatalyst?
So we've seen a lot of interest this time at the show, particularly in our FileCatalyst workflow product. We've got an improved security model within there, and we've had a lot of demonstrations with different customers looking for that improved security posture when they're distributing their large media files to customers and partners, etc. But then we've also had interest with our new integration options, particularly with our transfer agent and the benefits of its REST API that allows customers to integrate that technology into their workflow servers using that standard REST technology that allows them to then gain the benefits of our accelerated file transfer technology from point-to-point transfers.
Let's take it one by one. When you say this new kind of integration possibilities, is that opening up FileCatalyst for new type of use cases, new, let's say, transport topologies?
Yeah, we're definitely seeing more use cases open up for that because it allows customers to easily take their existing workflow systems, and a lot of those have REST client capabilities to be able to connect to and consume the API from our transfer agent, and then use that to be able to then construct more reliable point-to-point file transfer technology. So replacing that existing like FTP workflow. So then by using FileCatalyst, they're gaining the benefits of the acceleration, so the ability to transfer at transfer speeds as fast as your infrastructure, and getting all those features of FileCatalyst, such as that guaranteed delivery, checkpoint restart, etc. And that security model that we bring in with the ability to be able to secure the communication and secure the data while it's in flight from between your workflow system and the FileCatalyst server or your destination storage, whether that be on-premise to SAN or NAS storage, or to the cloud, which is quite common as well now, such as one of those object storage engines such as S3 or Azure Blob, etc.
You mentioned the server, you mentioned the cloud. We can imagine customers have multiple locations.
They do.
So how can this be implemented with FileCatalyst? So can we do multiple location transfers?
We can do multiple location transfers, and we're definitely seeing that type of hybrid file transfer ecosystem now, where customers are transferring not only to premise but also then sharing those files out to the cloud environments, where a lot of them have their workflow systems, so they're able to upload to the cloud and integrate into those environments which are off-premise.
Right. So is that why you have this monitoring product beside direct and workflow to build such more complex environments?
Referring to our central product, which actually brings in that very powerful ability to be able to monitor any existing transfers or any transfers which are currently active, and to get real-time updates to that dashboard. But it also, as part of that process, it also records all that information into Central's database. So then it allows you at a later date to be able to then search that history, not only via the UI, but remember Central also has quite an extensive REST API. So it allows developers to be able to connect into Central to run reports and to extract that data out, to be able to tell where files were sent, what the speeds were, etc. So it offers that reliability to be able to get that data, that reports, back out of that system and be able to analyze that and bring that back into your workflow system if you want to then write that to your own databases and such like.
Quickly to that, what you mentioned at the very beginning, the security. Yeah. So what is new? How does that work, the extra security layer?
So when we say security, we're not only securing the actual transport of the data, so we've got our new TLS 1.3 abilities, so we're securing the actual packets of data and the communication between the server and the client. But also in terms of when you send that file or you will release that file from the system to that endpoint or that recipient, do you just want them to have a link to download? And what we're now seeing is that a lot of customers want that increased security. So before they're able to access a file and download that file, they have to wait for a secure code. So we've got different ways of working with that. We can add passcodes into that. So if you send somebody a link to a file or a package to download, they then have to wait for you to send them a passcode, either by text or WhatsApp, etc., so they can access the file, and prevents those emails and those links being shared to third parties. But then also we have our really secure method of working. And the way that works is that when you access the download page, and it's quite clever, is that you get a prompt to enter a secure code. And only at that point is secure code generated and emailed to that end user, and it's only valid for 15 minutes. So then you can't just share the links, and it then provides that extra level of security and knowledge that only the person you have sent the data to is to be able to access it.
So we now have a possibility for this kind of one-time download only.
Exactly. Well, Workflow has that ability anyway, so once you've accessed those links and downloaded, then that particular sharing action, or that sharing job as we refer to them, can be then stopped at that point. So you can only access the data once, and in order to access the data you need to have the secure code as well.
As you have been speaking to quite a lot of customers here on the show already, what have you heard from the floor? What is trending for them? What do they need when they talk about exchanging content, moving content, files, and so on?
I think they're looking for reliability as one of the key aspects of this. Obviously, media file sizes are increasing constantly, and customers are looking for a reliable way to receive those files, and the knowledge that those files that you send are the same file byte for byte that they receive. And then within FileCatalyst, one of the features which has proved to be quite popular with the people I've spoken to on the show floor, is the ability that we have for this guaranteed delivery. So after the transfer, within our protocol, we're able to carry out a signature of the file, an MD5 checksum. So the file is checksummed on the source, it's checksummed on the final receipt at the destination, and the two are compared. So they have to be byte for byte compatible to generate the same signature MD5.
Neil, have many thanks for all these insights.
No problem, Stefan, and thank you for having me again.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a pleasure.
So, if you are interested if you are triggered, if that sounds usable for you, please make your way to our website, x-3-group.com, search for the workflow area, and there you will find the file transport with FileCatalyst as well. Reach out to us if you want to receive a trial or a demo, that's no problem at all. This is Stefan from IBC2024 here at our booth, the X-Stream Group booth in hall number 7.